I'm pretty much backed into a corner right now. Now, for you to understand and for me to explain this, I pretty much got to back this train on up about to October to get the story down correctly and how everything went down. So, it was October 23rd. I was actually going to come on here, do a live stream, and be like, hey guys, I'm being attacked right now. I'm assuming my channel will either go away or be demonetized. You know, if you like to support me, there's always super chats if you guys have any questions, blah, 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 blah. My attorneys talked me out of it because they said, one, you don't know that for sure. And what if it doesn't happen? Two, let's pretend you're wrong about this. You'll look like a crazy person. And the last thing you do right now is need to hurt your credibility because of everything that's going on. And they were 100% right. So I wind up not doing a live stream on October 23rd, which it didn't matter, because even if I would have did one, YouTube would have kept your money, which I'll explain in just a little bit why that would have happened. Anywho, on October 23rd, all of a sudden I go on my email and I just have a mass amount of emails. All that my different platforms were being attacked. One from PayPal, Facebook, Patreon, Stripe, my email itself, and then I had an email from YouTube saying they removed 11 videos. If you're not familiar with Stripe, basically with Givesendgo, they don't handle money directly. They use a third party for the banking part of it, and that's Stripe, and they were all under a digital attack. There was a whole bunch of hits that people that weren't me were trying to log onto there, but I use very complicated passwords, so luckily they weren't able to get onto any of them. So anyway, October 23rd happens, and I'm like, ooh, this is bad. I'm about to get smacked down. Well, I'll basically be looking at a paycheck probably the end of January. Now, nothing had happened yet. I just seen all the writing on the wall, and I knew what was going to happen. Now, the reason I say the end of January is because let's say I got hit October 23rd, which I wind up getting hit October 28th, but let's say it was October 23rd. That's past the 10th, so they don't put the money in there. And if you get hit in October, so you don't get a paycheck for November. Even though you made money in October, they don't give you your paychecks unless you're monetized. So I wouldn't get one there. Now December, because I got hit on the 23rd, that would be past the 10th. So that would have put me to my next possible paycheck being the end of January. Well, what I found out about an hour ago is that not only do they hold your paycheck, if you don't get remonetized within 50 days, they keep your paycheck. So if I would have did that live stream, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because all your donations and that, YouTube would have just kept it. You have 50 days to get remonetized past the day of getting demonetized. Otherwise, they just keep all your money. Even though you earned it, they put commercials on your channel, you made that money, they still keep it. As you notice, let me just pull it up real quick. Still not monetized. It's been way over 50 days, and I just got this email right here saying that they don't plan on monetizing me. They just haven't told me yet. So that means my next possible paycheck will be February, but that's not going to happen. Putting on my tinfoil hat a little bit, the whole reason I got hit when I got hit was because I was supposed to be in court in January. So they would have effectively shut off my money where it would hurt at the maximum amount of time right before my trial date. My trial date actually got moved to June. So my next possible paycheck will probably be July. Just saying. So anyway, why haven't I been making videos? The whole reason I haven't been making videos is because this video I'm doing right now is so incredibly important, I didn't want it to get lost in the shuffle. Yeah, I made a couple of videos, but only when they were on the most important topics where it's worth taking attention off of this video. That would be like the Tate case, the rear read trigger case, stuff like that. Like stuff that's so incredibly important, you guys need to know it. And regardless what happens to me, it's more worth it for me to have that information out there for you guys than myself and my well-being. If you guys remember, I used to wear this Cowboys hat. I actually did a whole dedicated video on it, on why that hat was so significant to me and why I wore it and everything around it. When I got arrested, that hat, as you notice, I don't have my chain on. My chain, my wedding band, all that got taken away from me. Now, there was a very small window for me to get that back, but how it was set up, so I got hit at the end of January, I was arrested, and I think it was like the middle or the end of February, I had to be down in Florida to my first trial. Well, when you get arrested, they take all your stuff, and you only have 30 days to collect it. And the prison they were actually holding me at is over an hour away from me. And like, I got out of prison, and there was just so much going on, I didn't have an opportunity to go collect my stuff within 30 days. So it got destroyed or sold at a pawn shop or something to that effect. Anyway, so my girl tried getting me a replacement Cowboys hat, which is this one right here. But when they shipped it to us, it was missing the Cowboys logo. And she was going to send it back and get it, and it was a beautiful gesture, and like, it was just amazing. That was really cool that she did that for me. But it didn't come with a logo. Even though she paid for the logo, it didn't come with a logo. Which was fine, because after I got the hat and she told me what had happened, I'm like, babe, but you know, that particular hat was the memory. Not the Cowboys hat in general. It wasn't that I liked the Cowboys. I mean, yeah, I like the Cowboys cheerleaders, but it wasn't the logo that mattered to me. It was that particular hat because of where it had come from, what it had been through, and all the stories connected behind it. I'm like, it's okay that it doesn't have a logo on it because it will never be the same. It can't replace that particular hat. That particular hat is completely irreplaceable. So what I did is I went down to an embroidery shop and I had my own logo made. As you notice, the star is inverted. That star is inverted because the government came in and turned my life upside down. And you notice it's got a crack through it. This is actually a scar that you guys are helping me heal from. It was very damaging what they did for me, and without your guys' help, I don't know what would have happened. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel really bad for the people that this sort of thing happens to that don't have a platform or a voice or some way to speak out. It's why a lot of my videos I donate to somebody that would like to speak out, just because, yeah, that would be completely devastating to be all alone and going through all of this. You guys have helped me just an incredible amount. I can't even put it into words. Like, makes me want to tear up just thinking about it. Anyway, so that's up with the crack that's in it. Now, last time I got demonetized, I only had 30 days of money saved up, and it wasn't enough. Like, that kind of ruined me. So this time we had 90 days, but they've exceeded my 90-day threshold. But it's okay, because I want to pull away the majority of my income away from them. So what I'm doing is I'm opening up a merch shop. Now, I didn't want to open this right away because I want to have a whole bunch of items on there so it launches with an attitude. I don't have a choice anymore. I need to drop it now. By the time this video drops, I'll have a link in the description, or it'll say, like, right here in the video what the website is. It will be Shopify, and yes, I know Shopify is run by the same people that are doing this to me. But I really don't have a choice. Eventually, I will get my own website set up. But again, all the hosting sites are still run by the same exact people that are... There's no way out. If you're going to spread information, you are locked into their bubble, which they control very tightly. I'm not going to bring up any particular presidents, but you've seen what happened. As soon as they move you outside of the bubble, you're basically screwed. But I will ultimately open up a website. But again, it's not going to protect me any more than Shopify because it's run by the same exact people. All the hosting sites, same exact people. There's no avoiding it. They own the sphere. 100%, all aspects around it. So if Shopify fails, the website would have failed anyway. Anyway, the first product I'm launching is the Freedom Star. That's what I'm calling this. This is the inverted star. These will be incredibly cheap. And I need this to be a overwhelming success. Because not only does this need to pay my bills, I need to be able to buy a serger and a bunch of other stuff so I can make stuff just like this. The website will eventually be filled with a whole bunch of different types of merch. But right now, this is the only thing. Like I said, I didn't want to launch it right now, but I don't have a choice. So we're just starting with the Freedom Star, and we will ultimately be making like t-shirts like this, hats, stuff like that. And the plan is to separate myself from being financially dependent on YouTube, because clearly they're not reliable. I don't know who they exactly talk to that lets them make these decisions on who can and can't make money, but yeah, I'm on the blacklist right now. Now, I was lucky. It's not all doom and gloom. I'm not the only person that got hit during this period of time. There were some creators that completely lost their channel. They've had a lot of bad things happen to them. So you're probably going to see a whole bunch of creators do something similar to this. This is just my plan. So again, this is the only item on there right now. Hopefully by January I'll have like 2 more items on there. And then I'm hoping by time I beat my case by like July or whatever, that I'll have just my basement will be a company. And I'll be mass producing different types of merch. And hopefully I can find things that you guys like and be able to support myself and possibly even get other creators on board to support them as well if they're also being hit. Will that happen? I don't know. I mean, I can't see into the future. But I have to do something. Now, another thing that the Freedom Star represents is I used to get in heated arguments with people about tax stamps. They'd be like, oh, I don't want a tax stamp because that's just the foot in the door for the ATF to come in your house. And I'd be like, oh, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. They can't just come into your house because they don't like you. There's laws and protocols and stuff like that. And after my personal experience, and more specifically the Tate case and how he was prosecuted, yeah, I believe you guys now. My eyes were shut before. They are open. Yes, I will never do the tax stamp thing or anything like that because you're 100% right. Yeah, before I thought that there must have actually been a law to be broken. They can't just attack you because they don't like you, but it's true. And they don't have a 95% conviction rate. They have a 95% chance of getting something to stick on someone because like 90% of those people take a plea bargain because they put you in a corner financially and in your life to where you basically don't have a choice. You have to take a plea bargain. No. I'm going to trial. Will I win? Most likely. Juries are a wild card, and typically the defense isn't allowed to put on a show. They're only allowed to stick with the facts, but the prosecution is allowed to put on a show. Hey, future Matt! Unfortunately, in editing, I'm going to have to chop this part out. Yes, I know you guys would have loved to have seen this rant, but remember, I'm still going to trial for stuff, and got a little spicy there. Back to the video. So if you'd like to help support the channel, as always, you can donate directly on my PayPal. You can be a Patreon. You can click those affiliate links, or you can go to the onlytacticalfans.com and purchase this high-quality PVC patch that's Velcro that you can stick directly onto your plate carrier to help support me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.